Presiding Officer, the situation in Gaza is a man-made humanitarian catastrophe. Over 63,000 people in Gaza have been killed and many more maimed. Most of the Strip lies in ruins, and famine now grips the population. In a compelling address to the United Nations Security Council on the 27th of August, Joyce Msuya, the UN's Deputy Humanitarian Chief, advised that famine had been confirmed in north-central Gaza, where Gaza City is located, and that is expected to spread to the south by the end of this month. The scale of suffering is unimaginable. Nobody can ignore it. While I welcome the intent behind the decision of the UK Government to recognise a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly this month, recognition must not be conditional and should be irreversible. It is the right of Palestinians, not the gift of international powers, and must be backed by sanctions against the Israeli Government. A two-state solution is the only way that Palestinian and Israeli peoples can have a future living side by side in peace and security. The Palestinian people and the Israeli people deserve no less. I welcomed the UK Government's announcement in May that it had suspended trade negotiations with Israel, but it is clear that this action has made no difference. It is therefore time for the United Kingdom to withdraw from the UK-Israel Free Trade Agreement in view of Israel's behaviour. I am also calling on the UK Government to follow the example of Ireland and prohibit the import of goods produced in Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territories. Presiding Officer, this Government has contributed to humanitarian responses to the Gaza crisis, contributing to date £1.3 million for Gaza and the wider Middle East. In November 2023, we provided £750,000 to support access to food, water, shelter and medical supplies for over 670,000 displaced people. More recently, we provided £550,000 for the DEC Middle East Appeal, SCIAF and Mercy Corps. We welcome that the UK Government has committed to supporting the evacuation of Gazan students who have been awarded places at Scottish universities. I have been calling for some time for the UK to end arms sales to Israel. The UK Government's decision to suspend some arms licences was welcome, but I believe should go further. All licensed arms exports should stop. Presiding Officer, I said recently that I shared the concerns of other countries and international leaders that a genocide appears to be unfolding in Gaza. I did not make that claim lightly. The legal determination of genocide is the responsibility of international courts. The International Court of Justice has found a prima facie case that Israel was committing genocide. Previously, we have provided business grants and investment support to companies involved in the design, production, supply and support of military equipment, technologies and services. We do so because we recognise that defending our country, defending our continent, is a duty of government. Anyone watching the war in Ukraine would, I hope, recognise the reality of the importance of defence. Indeed, the invasion shows we live in a world in which our national security faces much greater and more immediate threats. In recognition of that changed international landscape, the Scottish Government will lift the restriction that we have applied on the use of support for the production of munitions. But in the face of genocide, there can be no business as usual. We will pause new awards of public money to arms companies whose products or services are provided to countries where there is plausible evidence of genocide being committed by that country. That will include Israel. The pause will apply where possible to new grants provided or investment made by the Scottish Government, our enterprise agencies and the Scottish National Investment Bank. Any defence company seeking support from the Scottish Government will have to demonstrate that its products are not involved militarily with Israel.